What's going on, everyone's Corey here from the Breakevens, giving you another Supercoach video today. Today, we're going to continue on with our player profiles. Last video, we had all preseason news from January, so make sure you go check that video out. And if you missed any of the other videos, go check those out as well. A lot of information. We've got the player profiles, you have my team reveal, you have the team previews, and as I said, the preseason news from January all there. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for daily AFL Supercoach content. You can also find me on X at Breakevens Pod and on Facebook, the Breakevens. Now, before we get into Tom de Koning, because he is our player profile for today, I need to let you know about the Breakevens AFL Supercoach League. We have 72 people in the league right now. It's open, it's unlimited, as many people can join. If you haven't joined, make sure you do it. How do you do it? You use code 266136. Again, 266136 to join, where we get as many people in as we can and see who comes out on top. It's always a lot of fun. We're trying to get 200 people in there. So join it, get your friends, get your family members, whoever you know, get them in. Let's get into Tom de Koning. So Tom de Koning is priced at 547.1k as a ruckman. He is providing heaps of value this season. In 2024, he averaged 101.5, and that was his best average. His career best average was last season. Now, what did Tom de Koning do? So he had a period where he was absolutely taking the PISS. So in consecutive games, he had 128, 176, 146, 131. That was consecutive. And then he also had scores of 122, 100, and 118. Absolutely insane. His highest score for the season was at 176, I believe. And his lowest score was 28. And that was not as a sub. It was the Pitternet effect. We will get into that very shortly. So, actually, let's get on to it now. I didn't read my notes. Mark Pitternet means everything for Tom de Koning. He's huge, huge value for us if Pitternet does not play. What do I mean by that? With Pitternet playing in 2024, Tom de Koning averaged 70.8 Supercoach points. And at 547k, a 70 average isn't quite going to cut it, is it? But without Pitternet, he averaged 98.5. So that's a difference of 27.8 Supercoach points. That is insane. Tom de Koning, he was in 1,040 ruck contests where he won 359 of the hitouts, which is a conversion rate of 35%. So his hitouts pretty good. Could they be a bit higher? Yes. I think Gorn is up around the 48%, I believe, or something like that. So 35, not too bad. There is room for improvement. He is still young. So are you going to pick Tom de Koning? Is Mark Pitternet too much of a risk? There was like some stat out there where it was like when Carlton played with both Pitternet and de Koning, they won like they went on a run of like 2 games, 6 losses or something. So really poor. But then with Tom de Koning as the solo ruck, they went like 11-1. So clearly they're a better side with de Koning in. Yes, he is a little bit undersized in the fact of like muscle and strength. So against the big guys, he might get towered up. And that's why Pitternet does come into the conversation, because he's that bigger body guy, but he's less versatile. The strength of Tom de Koning is his athleticism, his leaping ability. He's quick for a ruckman. His ball skills are usually pretty good. And he can push forward and play as a serviceable forward as well. So, Michael Voss, what do you want to do? You have a side here that should be playing finals football consistently for the next few years. Do you want to, you know, do you want to push for top four, or are you just happy staying around, six to eight? I think as a football club, it's time to move forward, time to try and push for top four, try and get into a position where they can win a grand final. So I think they need to look at it and be like, well, we're so much better with just Tom De Koning. Yes, he's going to get towed up some games, but he makes up with it around the field. Your midfield is strong enough. Um, so it's like, just play De Koning. Don't play Pitternet. Delist him. I don't care if it's mid-season. Delist him. You're a better team without him. Now, the big question is, can Tom De Koning go 105 to 110? I think he can. So that sample size of 98.5 without Pitternet, that was 17 games worth, I believe, of data. 98.5. It's not bad. Not bad at all. 105, is that on the cards? I think yes. Natural progression. That Carlton midfield, they're fit at the moment. So if you think over the last few seasons, Cripps has basically always been there, but Walsh has been out for a while, and then Walsh comes back, and then Chera goes out for a while, then Chera comes back, then Hewitt goes out for a while, and then I think there was a point of time where all three of those guys were out. So then they had to bring in like Matt Kennedy, who's not at the club anymore. I think did always play some time through there. You got Ollie Hollands, who's young. You got Sam Doherty, who again was injured for the most of last season. I don't know. It's a tough dynamic, that Carlton midfield. They have a lot of depth there, but those players seem to get injured. Sam Walsh is already injured, so he's looking doubtful for possibly round one. He should be okay, but they'll probably take their time. So the Koning's got the midfield there. If they're fit, with his leaping ability, he just straight down, and then their balls go to work. You got Jagger Smith, who just gets the ball for fun. He knows how to read the taps. He's in there now. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Do I think he can go 105 to 110? I think he can. But again, it just all depends on Mark Pitternet, doesn't it? And the last question is, are there better options around Tom De Koning's price? So he's priced at 101.5, which is 547.1K. So around that, you got Darcy Cameron at 566K. I think Mason Cox plays less, a lot less. And we've got Dan McStay, who can chop out in the ruck. And we've got Tim Membry, who can play a real role for us up forward. So I don't see Cox playing. I think he's about 34 now, so he's getting older anyway. He might be on the way out. So can Darcy Cameron average, 105 to 110? And he's slightly at an elevated price. So if you think him and Tom De Koning can average the same, you're probably saving money on De Koning there. You've got Lloyd Meek at 557K. He's someone I feel like he's going under the radar a little bit. I think he goes close to 110 this year, Lloyd Meek. He's 10K dearer to Tom De Koning, so he's worth going 10K less. We'll find out. And the big one is Shrek Darcy at 529K, obviously cheaper than Tom De Koning. 15 kilos lighter. Does that help his injury problems? He's going to Qatar just to see how everything's progressing, seeing what he can do to make sure he's 100% fit. And he's someone who can go 110 plus. So if Shrek's fit, what's better? Shrek, who could get injured, but it could also explode, or Tom Koning, who can explode, but also Pinette comes in and then, he loses 27 points of scoring output over that time. Look, it's tough. If Pinette is basically just told, mate, you're playing VFL, Tom Koning is a must-have. He doesn't have the early buy, so it's great there. But if not, you got these guys, Darcy Cameron, Lloyd Megan, Shrek Darcy, around the same price that could do the same output, if not more. And they got no real ruck worries. It's just Shrek Darcy with his injuries. So hold off on Tom De Koning for now. See what preseason does. We've already got a whole bunch of ruck injuries, so we're probably going to need to go for a cheaper guy, unless you want to spend all your money on Gorn and Trishan Sherry. So hold on off for Tom De Koning right now. That is going to do it for today's video. So make sure you go check out any of the other videos that you may have missed. Subscribe to the channel for daily AFL Supercoach content up to round 1. Join the Breakevens Supercoach League. 266136 is the code. Once again, 266136. And find me on X at Breakevens Pod and on Facebook, the Breakevens. Like, follow, subscribe on all channels for daily Supercoach content. I'll see you back again tomorrow with another video. Thanks for watching, and until then, it's bye for now.